Welcome to another edition of The Leaders. I'm Yuli Ismartono from AsiaViews in Jakarta, capital of Indonesia and my hometown, to meet with Yenny Wahid, a social activist, a journalist and a leader in her field. Indonesia is a country where the majority of its 220 million people are Muslims, making Indonesia the biggest Muslim country in the world. Because of its cultural diversity, pluralism has long been the accepted way of life. In the past decade, however, this peaceful and tolerant coexistence has come under threat from extremist Islamic elements. This is evident in the increased use of religious symbols, in the push towards adopting Sharia, and worst of all, in the acts of terrorism committed in the name of Islam. Some of those who seek to redress this situation is Yenny Wahid, director of the Wahid Institute, which is committed to exchanging and disseminating progressive Muslim thinking to promote tolerance and understanding. Yenny Wahid, also known as Daughter of Islam and an eloquent foe of Islamic fundamentalism, is also Secretary General of the National Awakening Party, the biggest Islamic party in Indonesia. She received her undergraduate degree in visual communications from Trisakti University in Jakarta and her master's degree in public administration from Harvard University in the United States. In between her schooling, Yenny worked as a journalist for an Australian media organization. She and her team won the prestigious Walkley Award for their coverage of the conflict in East Timor. Yenny, thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You are director of the Wahid Institute, whose logo is Seeding Plural and Peaceful Islam. Can you explain about the vision and mission of your institute?
The main vision of the Institute and also the mission of the Institute is actually bringing Islam back to its core message, which is peace. And so we do all kinds of activities to enhance that message. And we see now that Islam has been, we've heard this word before, hijacked by the so-called extremists who then, gives this portrayal of Islam as a religion of hatred, a religion of terrorism, religion of violence, which is not true at all. So we want to bring Islam back to its core message, which is, a peaceful message.
What exactly are the activities of the Institute in implementing this message?
We do publications, we do trainings, discussions, we do all kinds of things. We publish newsletters, books. We have,
Seminars?
Yes, seminars. At the moment we are trying to target younger groups, for example, like high school age group, and so we do all kinds of activities that will get their interest in spreading this message. For example, we do this. What do you call it? I'm looking for the word.
What did you say in Indonesia?
It's sayembara, apa sih?
Contest.
A contest, yeah. Writing contest, for example, for young kids about pluralism, and it went very well, and we've got many people sending in their piece, and it's very touching for us too.
And your programs and activities, they go around the country?
Yes. And we also work with pesantren, which is the Islamic boarding schools, because these are the agents of changes in their local areas. So we work together with the kiais or the Muslim clerics and give them message of tolerance and engage them with these activities and give them trainings and give them economic empowerment and tools. For example, we try to get them to be more independent and have more say in in directing the discourse into more democratic and more peaceful message.
And since the Institute has been around, have you seen any change, or what has been the result of your campaigning?
I think I'm quite surprised that we've had quite a very good reception from, especially from the clerics, you know, from lots of clerics, and also from just people in general, because we try to get their attention, because we try to engage them by using mainstream publications. For example, we work with local media and publish our stories, publish our activities, and it's quite well the reception we've got so far.
You have been quoted as saying that religious life in Indonesia is going through a period of restless change. What do you mean by that?
Well, we've had for 30 years, you know, a condition in Indonesia in which everything was put under lid, and then suddenly the lid was off. So before doing one of the good things about the new order was, I suppose, the good thing is that the government did not tolerate religious extremism. It was being very hard on that. But then after the regime change, and there's this push for reform, and there's all these many new factions emerge in Indonesia, including religious factions, including the more hardcore Islamic groups. And you've got people voicing or trying to articulate their beliefs, but in a very intolerant ways. And so this is what's happening. And also, we see more and more people, or in this case politicians, using the language of religions, the language of religions for their political purpose. And these politicians then use the language of very conservative language of the religion, just to get ahead, you know, of their peers. Opportunistic, very pragmatic and opportunistic, yes.
Last May, the Wahid Institute conducted a survey on the country's 33 provinces, and the subject was Islam and terrorism. What was the result?
It's quite surprising, because we thought that tolerance is the concept of Indonesia all this time, but it seems that it's been threatened now, that we have to push for more active involvement in getting people to be more tolerant. For example, we surveyed the people, and the result was that 10% of the people we surveyed said that they'd rather not having non-Muslims as the neighbors, for example, which is, for us, is a worrying trend, because it shows the seed of intolerance. We've got more and more people saying that violence is permissible if it's for religious causes, and so we're quite worried about that at the moment.
In fact,